I really wasn't sure if I was going to make this video, but I thought about it, and honestly, this could be the most important episode I've ever done. How's it going, everybody? My name is Eric, and welcome to Out of the Groove. It's Charlotte Roval week, an exciting time to be a NASCAR fan. We're going into one of the biggest unknowns, one of the most highly anticipated races of the modern NASCAR era. But you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to hear me talk about it. I was gonna upload that video today, but then all these rumors came out yesterday. Several of you guys tweeted this stuff at me. So I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to save the Roval for tomorrow, but we got some big picture NASCAR stuff to talk about today. I know, that's everyone's favorite type of topic, huh? I don't even know if this topic really deserves any extra attention, but enough of you guys tweeted this at me. I'm going to talk about it. Yesterday evening, there was a post to NASCAR's Reddit. I don't go on Reddit. I don't even really know how Reddit works, but I know that at times Reddit can be a somewhat reliable news source. And this little post caused quite the buzz around the NASCAR community, and that's why I'm talking about it today. So let's look at the post really quick, and I want to give you my reaction and my thoughts to it, and then I want to hear what you guys have to say. But let's look at the post first. So here it is. You can basically read it for yourself, but I guess I'll go through and read it. The title of this post is 2018 All-Star Package most likely to be used at all tracks except Daytona and Talladega next season. And the post goes on to say, at the 53:30-minute mark on the latest Door Bumper Clear podcast, Brett Griffin, who, if you don't know, is a spotter in the Cup Series. I think he's Clint Boyer's spotter still. Brett Griffin says that there was a lot of talk in the garage this past weekend that owners have stood up to NASCAR and said they want either one package or the other next year, and the plate package. Well, NASCAR has gone with the All-Star package, and it seems like they will use it at all tracks next season instead of 14. And that's referring to, if you remember a couple months ago I made a video, there was a proposal that, from NASCAR that they would use the plate package at about 14 races next year. That's what that's referring to. I assume that's referring to that proposal. Anyway, it goes on to say, Brett also said that for certain tracks they will adjust the aero ducts and engine for the best racing, but the big spoiler will still be there, and the overall basis of the package will be retained. I'm so mad! Those are his words, not mine, and I'm still perturbed that he used the wrong "there" at the very end of that post. Honestly, that alone probably kills all of its credibility to me. So I know I just read a lot of words and I'm barely literate, so it may not have made sense to you when I was reading it, but here's basically what it's saying in a nutshell, is that according to Brett Griffin, who's kind of a NASCAR insider, he's a competitor, technically he's a spotter, according to Brett Griffin, NASCAR has decided to use a form of the All-Star race package with restrictor plates, large spoilers, aero ducts, all sorts of stuff, at pretty much every race next season except for Daytona and Talladega, where they already have a defined restrictor plate package that they've been using for years. That is the rumor, that is what this post is saying, and that is what everyone is up in arms and talking and debating about here today, and that's what I'm here to talk about. I said at the beginning of this episode that this was possibly going to be the most important video I've made, and that's because this really relates heavily towards the future of NASCAR, and I want to make my opinion heard, and I want to give you guys a platform to let your opinions heard, because this is a video that I'm sure a lot of people will hopefully see, and if they see all of your comments down below and they can get a consensus, I still truly believe that our voice can make a difference in what NASCAR decides going forward. I want to give you guys my opinion on this rumor report, assuming this is true, that NASCAR next year is going to implement a restrictor plate type package at 34 out of 36 races for next season. It's worth noting that in the article it states that all races are going to have this package. I don't think they're going to run restrictor plates at, Bristol or Martinsville. I'm sure they're just going to keep the big spoiler and the aero ducts like it kind of says, but still this means that all the intermediate or bigger tracks it's going to be a restrictor plate, which means we could technically have around 18 or so kind of pack racing type races next year. Anyway, assuming this report is true, I don't know how all you guys are going to feel about this, but I'm perfectly okay with this decision. Is it optimal? No. I've been saying for months that preferably we could fix the aero package on the Gen 6 car so that we could get back to a, mid-2000s, late 90s style racing where the aerodynamics are not so invasive, where cars can pass each other intermediate tracks easily without getting caught up in dirty air every freaking corner. That would be the optimal type of racing in my opinion. It'd be better than this restrictor plate package that they're proposing. But I'll be completely honest, if this does go through, if NASCAR does decide to run some sort of restrictor plate, lower horsepower sort of package that creates artificial pack racing at half the races next year, if they decide to do that, I will be happy, I will be just fine, I will watch, and I will likely enjoy every single race. Or, the vast majority of it. I can't say I'm going to enjoy every race. There's always going to be a stinker that Truex dominates or something. I know a lot of you old school fans are going to hate that. I know you guys really, the moment you hear restrictor plates, your minds snap and you hate it. And I don't blame you for that. I've been that way for the longest time. Last time I made a video on this topic was about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. And in that video, I even said that I don't really like the idea of them turning every race into a restrictor plate race. And I still kind of believe that. But I'll be honest, I've changed my mind. But I want to make things a little more clear here. I want to give you guys some extra background information. This proposal, this rumor, even if it's true, highly likely it is not a permanent or long-term deal. Steve O'Donnell, the vice president of competition, who's in charge of this type of stuff, tweeted out not that long ago that NASCAR is looking at a Gen 7 type car to be released or to be, started to run in competition by the year 2021. I've read reports that say that if NASCAR does go to this low horsepower or restrictor plate style package, it's only going to be for about 2 years until they can develop a new body, a new type of race car, a new chassis to kind of launch us hopefully into the next generation that will get us back to the realistic, the real kind of heart of what NASCAR's been for decades. At that point, I assume they would get rid of restrictor plates, maybe switch that valence. Everyone's been talking about valences as opposed to splitters. They'd do something like that to get the racing back to how it was in the early 2000s, which I think is what most fans want. And so when I hear things like that, it makes me more willing to accept the fact that NASCAR wants to run restrictor plate races for the next 2 years. It makes me more okay with it, knowing that it's not going to be a permanent solution long term. I mentioned how I changed my mind. A couple months ago, I really didn't like the idea of NASCAR turning a bunch of races into restrictor plate races, and I'm still a little skeptical, but the reason I've changed my mind is largely because of what a lot of you people have said. I've seen a lot of the same reactions that NASCAR has probably seen, and that's why NASCAR is probably making this decision. Assuming it's true, of course. The All-Star race for years has been a stinker. It's been a joke. It's been almost as big a joke as the Pro Bowl. But this year, when they made it a restrictor plate race, that race was pretty darn exciting. And I'm not just saying that from my own opinion. A lot of people thought it was very exciting. That was one of the most well-received races of the entire season. It was by far the most well-received All-Star race I'd seen in over a decade. The vast majority of people who watched that race really enjoyed it. Whether they felt a little guilty about enjoying it, that's another story. But at the end of the day, they enjoyed it. Since then, NASCAR has experimented with a similar type of package in the Xfinity series at a few other tracks. Most recently, we saw the Xfinity cars run that type of package at Indianapolis. I unfortunately was not able to see that race. I did a video where I mentioned that a few weeks ago, but I looked at what a lot of you guys had to say. I even tweeted out this question: was the Xfinity race at Indianapolis a good race? Because I didn't get to see it because I was out of town. I can't remember where I was. But I really wanted to see it because I knew they were trying that restrictor plate package, and I wanted to see if it was actually still going to be good racing, and I wanted to see if the fans enjoyed it or not. And I showed this poll on an Out of Groove back then. I'll show it again right here, right now. You guys love this race. I know that this is just a poll on my Twitter, only not even that many responses realistically, but some of your guys' comments, I had a comment that said it was the best Xfinity race they'd ever seen. NASCAR has seen this type of data across the board. Every time they've run restrictor plates at a track this year or something of the sort, a low horsepower type package that's resulted in pack racing, the fans have loved it. Look at 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas. That race was a mess, a disaster. But people loved it. You had everyone saying afterwards it was the best Las Vegas race they'd ever seen. The modern day NASCAR fan likes cars bunched up. They like passing. They like some wrecks. That's just the way it's gonna be. And I've been saying this for a long, long time, but I'm okay with a little bit of wrecks. I'm okay with a lot of restarts. I'm okay with carnage. There is such thing as too much. I said it 2 weeks ago. Las Vegas had too much carnage for me. It was a mess. But NASCAR desperately needs to set itself apart from other motorsports. F1, it's clean, it's safe, it's pristine, it's all focused on the cars. The drivers are important, but it's all about the cars. Driver will start first, finish first every other week. IndyCar, they're scared to death of making contact with each other because if they do, the results could be horrifying. NASCAR was designed so that drivers could run into each other and it would be okay. Modern day NASCAR race cars are built to withstand damage. They're built to withstand contact. They're built for Daytona and Talladega type racing, where it's close quarters, big packs, occasional huge wrecks, a lot of little rubs here and there. That's what NASCAR stock cars are built for, and that's why Daytona, Talladega are consistently the most watched and the highest rated NASCAR races on TV, because that is the type of racing that sets it apart from IndyCar or from Formula One. Whether you like it or not, that's the type of racing that defines NASCAR. And while I don't think we need to oversaturate the series with that type of racing, and I definitely don't want that long term going forward, I understand why NASCAR is making this decision, or is likely to make a decision like this for 2019, and assuming it's a short-term kind of deal, I'm fine with it. But I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say. I'm calm, I'm cool, calm, and collected, But I hope I made my point. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram, all those links are down below. You can, if you want to sponsor the show, like these amazing Patreon sponsors right here, you can check out that top link down below. That helps you support me directly, and I really appreciate it, y'all taking the time to check that out. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got here. I'll have an episode tomorrow about the Roval, so I hope you guys are excited for that, because that race this weekend is going to be crazy. Let me know down below. Again, I'm just going to remind you guys, let me know down below if you're at all surprised, shocked, annoyed, disappointed, excited about this potential rumor. Again, it's a Reddit rumor. That's why I barely even decided to make a video about it, because I honestly wasn't sure if it was worth talking about. But enough people had sent it to me, enough people were talking about it. I decided to make this video and get my point across. So let me know what you guys think, if you agree or not. I'll be reading. Thanks for watching again, everyone. See you guys later this week. I got a lot of more videos planned, and I will see you then. So, bye-bye, guys.